Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches, episode 215. Tonight we're reviewing Serenity.
2018. Serenity, the Firefly movie, is also called Serenity.
Yes.
Didn't want you guys to get too excited.
That's why I got confused
when I kept saying, we have to review Serenity.
And I was like, this seems so random, but okay, if you really want to. So you might be like, Serenity? Huh? I had the same reaction.
I had to explain the plot to you.
Multiple times.
It was numerous times over the phone.
So Serenity is a movie that came and went like a flash in the pan.
Oh, yes.
Featuring Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey?
McConaughey.
So I said Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. Joe McHale.
Joe.
Yeah! No, he's not in it. But Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
Diane Lane.
Fucking Diane Lane. Jason Clarke.
Yep.
Jaimin Hunsu. Directed
and written by a guy who created Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yes. I was like, oh, so it's self-funded. That's how this got made.
Apparently.
I don't know. I mean, he wrote a bunch of movies.
Yes, he's written a bunch. He won an Oscar, or was nominated for an Oscar.
For Dirty Pretty Things.
Yeah.
Well, so I saw the trailer and thought, oh boy, what's this? This looks weird.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the trailer wasn't that weird.
Compared to the movie.
When you get down to the nitty-gritty of it.
So, I mean, spoiler?
For sure, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You could watch it. It's weird. It's defo weird.
It's defo weird. It's defo bad.
Yeah, it's very bad. But, I was intrigued to watch it.
You were more intrigued than I was.
I like when a movie swings for it, even if it fails and falls on its face.
You know, I will give you that. It was more entertaining than like a 5 Feet Apart for me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good, and there were often times where I just wanted to leave the room.
There's major spoilers ahead.
Oh, yes.
So if you're at all inclined, watch it and then come back.
Sure.
But anyway, it starts and the filmmaking is wacky schmacky. And I just chalked it up to this guy's a screenwriter and doesn't know what's going on. I was wrong.
Yeah.
This filmmaking is still wacky, but it did have a purpose.
It did have a purpose. Yeah, there's lots of like kind of pan zooms.
Well, so yeah, they're underwater. We're going to the eye of a boy, and then we're underwater, and then there's a fish, and then we get like a big, birdcage zoom across the water, or sort of like the opening of Rescuers Down Under when they're going across the outback.
Or also kind of like the opening of oh my god, the birdcage.
I literally just said that.
You said the Rescuers Down Under.
Before that, I said the birdcage. Birdcage zoom across the water, zooming across this ocean with this dramatic music as if it's a James Bond movie and we're gonna pan into the ship and there's gonna be a sexy lady diving off the boat and then, James Bond's in the water with a wetsuit and he's like, shh, and she's like, oh, and then he goes up and spearfishes somebody and oh, this was dramatic. But no. We come into a sad drama.
Yes. Yeah, it's these two drunk guys on a boat, paid to fish for tuna.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, this is the monster. I gotta catch this fish. Fuck you guys.
It's my white whale.
Yes.
The allegories are so obvious and ham-fisted.
Everything is obvious and ham-fisted. That was my biggest problem with it. There was no subtlety, and so...
whatsoever.
Everything was telegraphed, like, literally from the get. And you're like, this looks like a video game.
That's what's so fascinating to me, that it thought, what did it think? What did it think we thought? Because I was like, oh, so this is just an Ahab allegory. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, okay, great. Oh, we're referencing Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Oh, well, that's obvious. Great. Yeah. Okay, yeah. What? It's Old Man of the Sea. Okay, sure. Oh, that's all it was. Okay, we didn't elevate anything we were referencing.
No.
This movie was so wacky.
Oh my god.
So yes.
Howard!
I mean, it doesn't help that I find Matthew McConaughey off-putting.
Yeah.
So that didn't help because he's like, sweaty and gross and he's reeling in a big fish for hours and hours and hours. And I was trying to think about it. we'll get into the tone because I don't know what it was, but I think if Robin Williams had been in this movie and it was more of a mystery adventure.
If it was more, what's that movie that he's in? The Dream of Dreams.
What Dreams May Come.
Yes.
A little more of that. A little Jumanji somehow. You know.
Well, because it had, I mean.
Just a little more lightness. I think that could work. Or like a Jake Gyllenhaal.
Or a Michael Fassbender.
He's too creepy.
Michael Fassbender?
But in like a great way. But like, I don't think he would have added, I would have enjoyed it more. But I don't think it would have gone for the tone I'm talking about.
I guess I don't really see Michael Fassbender as like a dear, loving, caring father.
No.
He's not going to replace Harrison Ford anytime soon.
Oh, no.
I don't think Jake Gyllenhaal really is either.
I was just thinking about like, he could have pulled off the nuances.
What about Ryan Gosling?
Sure.
He's a good actor.
Sure. Handsome.
He's still handsome and sexy.
Sincere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Caring.
Yeah.
Softish, but like still
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Uh-huh.
That's not the case.
No, but it was interesting. See, you still haven't seen the new Jumanji, have you?
No.
Highly recommend it.
Okay, great.
I really, like, I've watched it twice now, and I thoroughly enjoyed it every time. I weirdly, like, kind of loved it.
Okay, great. Everyone has told me that.
The original was great, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Love the original.
But I loved that it wasn't trying to, like, remake the original. It was like, we're doing a different thing.
It's just the same name.
It's the idea, exactly. Basically, it's the same name. It's like kids get stuck in a game.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay, great.
Done.
That's it.
So, spoiler alert. Turns out...
I mean, okay, so for the first half hour, it's just a very sad drama about a sad, drunk man searching for a fish.
Yeah.
It's Old Man in the Sea.
Yep.
And it's sad.
And it's like a little weird.
Oh, and he's prostituting himself.
Yes.
We'll get into it.
Get it, Diane Lane.
Get it, Diane Lane? And you're like, what's this? What's happening here? And then very early on, it seems, you find out that they're in a video game.
Yeah, you're like, why does it feel like they're in a video game?
Because the filmmaking is like, whoosh, like as if you're readjusting the camera angles in Tomb Raider. You know, you're like, whoosh,
yeah.
I'll get that.
It was pretty obvious to me.
Anne Hathaway has a line where she says, our son talks to you through his computer.
He hears you through his computer screen.
She just says that out loud.
Yeah.
And the movie was like, yeah, that makes sense. What? The mystery was just, there wasn't one. It was just, here it is.
Yeah. It was odd.
It really made me laugh.
Yeah. Well, and then because she's introduced, she comes in, and her diamond ring like, glows. It's like, bling.
What did
this
that
weird
mean?
pan on her, and it's
just
like
to emphasize that
she rich
got
bitch,
married.
I guess. Yeah. She's a rich married lady.
It's just really weird looking back. I feel like if you watch this movie again, which I might, it would be so much weirder knowing what's going on, right? So, should we just get to the spoilers right now?
Yeah, I think we just have to, because otherwise we can't have a discussion about
That's
it.
true,
It's
that's
like
true.
the elephant in the, it's the big giant tuna in the sea.
It's the tuna named Justice.
Oh my god.
The subtlety. There was a few things that were interesting.
Yep.
The island, and we're going, what is this? It looks like Haiti, it looks like Key West, it looks like New
Nantucket?
England.
Yeah, like what?
What's happening? Where are we?
Yeah.
And you realize, oh, it's because it's a fictional island that a boy made up from his ideas of an island. Oh, that's cool. So there's things in this where I'm like, the idea of a young boy who's so sad that his father has died creates a fantasy world in his video game that is so he can live through him, talk to him, communicate with him, and he could live on.
Yeah.
The idea of that, and then the sort of realization that, oh, I'm in a game and I'm not, I'm dead, and I guess I'm a spirit in this game? We don't really know.
It's never entirely clear.
But like the idea of that, and Robin Williams discovering that and having fun with the rules of the game, or the sort of the Truman Show of it all, the idea of that is a fun movie.
Yes,
It's interesting and weird.
It is. Here's the problem that I have.
Movie.
No, this is not that movie.
Yeah.
But also the problem that I have with it is that there's a dichotomy there where you have the issue of, well, then we don't really get introduced to the boy.
At all.
And what he wants.
Nothing.
And our main character is a dead man who's stuck in a game and doesn't have any free will. We don't know what he wants.
Who's a mess.
Who's a mess.
Yeah, who you're not rooting for in any way.
Even if he wasn't a mess in a
Sure.
new fixed version, we don't know what he stands for because he's a dead man who has no own will.
Yeah.
So, where's the plot going? What is the character and what's his motivation? I don't know.
Well, that's why I feel like it's weird that the boy made the video game so that his father is his avatar. It would have been so much better if there was a boy.
Yeah.
Who was like, hey, Baker Charlie, what was his name? Baker Dill?
Baker Dill.
Hey, Baker Dill. That's his character's name.
Baker Dill.
Hey, Baker Dill, can we go fishing sometime? No, or whatever it needs to be, whatever the conflict needs to be, that he just wants to spend time with his dad. And then you realize that, oh, that's what's going on. But instead it's this weird, like, body heat, dirty, sexy drama.
Yeah.
And you're like, the boy wants this? The boy would like his father to prostitute himself? That's what the boy wants?
Right?
The
Why
child,
wouldn't the boy
the 12-year-old boy is like, I think my fantasy father is going to be so much in debt that he has to prostitute himself. It seems so weird.
It seems
He's
so
a real
weird.
good lay. Like, it was so weird.
It really was.
Baker Dill. You're no more than a hooker.
Hooker who can't afford hooks.
It was so uncomfortable. The only thing that I could figure out was perhaps this was a game that the kid has co-opted.
Or that the game evolved to this place. Maybe it started as a utopia, and then, like, the characters came alive-ish and, like, sort of veered into the bad place. But that's not explained at all, so.
You know what would have been helpful? Or if we needed some sort of thing where it was like, if only the dad had taught the kid how to program.
Or something.
I don't know. It just, the
literal barest of bones of this plot, for me, works. The literal idea of boy is so distraught that his father has died, creates a video game, and we slowly realize over the course of the movie that the main character is in a video game, and he realizes his own death and is like, oh my gosh, and this is how I live on, and we can be together in some sort of virtual reality.
Sure.
The idea of that is okay.
Yeah, that's interesting and cool.
But this is not that.
It's not. It's such a mess.
So before you fully realize it's a video game, you're watching all the scenes, and it really is like, oh, these are just the cutscenes from a video game. It's all exposition.
Yep.
Fella says he came early to surprise her and gave Carlos 150 for finding champagne at 10 a.m.
Like, every character sort of is like at rest, and then, Dill, you're here. I will now give you exposition of the town.
Poor old Duke. He's got himself some day work up at the boatyard.
Poor old Duke.
You shouldn't have blamed his wife for your bad luck.
I don't. I blame you damn hooks.
Did you know that the mercantile bank is calling in your loan, and the da-da-da, this person and that person and that guy?
I heard this, and I also heard that this, and I heard
skip,
this.
skip. So it's like all the cutscenes of a video game with none of the action scenes.
Oh, well, there was some skinny guy from Fontaine looking for you. He left you his card.
I just really don't understand how the boy would want this world to be the world. I really don't.
That's why there needed to be some sort of, how did the dad get into the video game? Why did the boy choose this one?
His love.
He always wanted to go fishing. They fished together. Maybe there should have just been a scene where he was like, well, someday, little Johnny, we're gonna end up on an island together and we'll just be happy, live in the sunset and going fishing.
That's my dream, to live on a boat and...
Maybe as a kid there was a boat called the Serenity.
Maybe.
You know, and that's what they wanted. Like, I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna go into the army so that I can save money
backstory.
And come back and buy us this boat, and we can live on the boat and sail off into the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And then the boy's like, well, and then my dad died.
Yeah.
Serving the industrial military complex, and now because of that, I have to write him into a video game so that he can fulfill his lifelong wish and destiny of having a boat called the Serenity where he can chase after a giant tuna.
Sell his body for sex because of his loans, and take my mom from behind in an aggressive way.
Oh,
in
God.
an aggressive way.
Oh, God.
Murder my stepfather. Like, it was like, what?
Well, then that whole ham-fisted, oh, well, the rules seem to have changed.
We didn't even talk about the rules!
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. So this, like, David Wayne-looking guy shows up.
He seems like the villain from Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
He seems like a robot. We were like, wait, is he a robot? He must be a robot. But, like, why was he the only one that was acting really weird? I don't know. He's walking through the water, taking off his shoes. He's always taking off his shoes. So much
to go in the water.
So much water and shoes.
Oh, God. Oh. The ocean.
And
no.
he keeps trying to track him down. Mr. Baker, Mr. Baker, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you.
Oh, 20 seconds later than normal. What?
But there was no progression of like, oh, you leveled up. Or like, you got to the next round.
Right.
It was sort of it was like Sims. I mean, it was Sims, the body heat edition. You know, that's what it was. We didn't talk about how nobody's clothes fit.
Nobody's clothes
whether
fit.
or not that was a choice. I don't know. Everyone's got baggy Dockers.
Everything was
oversized, and I just couldn't figure out why.
Jaimin Hansu.
I couldn't find a blouse. His blousey top. I just really was like, is this a video game thing? Because they can never get the clothes right. But usually it looks like the clothes are painted on.
Sure.
Blousey. It's very weird.
Very weird.
Then Anne Hathaway finally shows up.
Yeah, I was like, is she in this movie?
As a robot. She's vacant.
Oh, yeah, she's vacant.
I love sparkling water, too.
Ice and lemon.
Why not?
They have this whole conversation about like her husband is abusive, and if she tried to leave him, then he would hunt her down and put her in one of his construction holes. And...
Yeah, he'll kill me. You were right. I shouldn't have married that guy because he's a dick. And you're like, okay. I mean, it's body heat. It's just body heat. But they're all Sims characters. It's very weird. But so then you kind of realize by the end, like when you watch it again, you're like, oh, this 12-year-old boy doesn't know how to write women.
Sure.
/ anyone? I mean, everyone's very blank.
It's just confusing because everyone's like a video game character where there's not really much of a character to them.
Yeah.
It's just like the feigning of a character.
The bare bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that doesn't make a good movie.
No.
As Assassin's Creed has shown us.
Unless you get real meta about it.
Right.
And for whatever reason, like the dad, like Matthew McConaughey, is the only, like somehow his essence is actually in this game. So he's the only like person with the 3-dimensional character, and everyone else is sort of there. And then you slowly kind of realize, why is everyone kind of Stepford Wivesy?
Right.
Oh, and like the facade breaks down because of some event that causes him to do something different on that day, and he's 20 seconds off, and like then it becomes this weird discovery.
Right, there's a glitch in the system, and it's like Wreck-It Ralph.
It's like source code, kind of. Remember that movie?
Vaguely.
The Jake Gyllenhaal movie?
Yeah.
To get the bomb on the train, and then the twist.
I don't think so. So.
Oh, okay. It's
You
not
figured it out now,
great.
Okay.
But it was like, what? Okay. But yeah, Anne Hathaway shows up looking sad and tragic.
Oh,
and
this horrible blonde wig. It's not a good color for her.
It was not a good look for her. What do we think? I really have a hard time figuring out what the Diane Lane character represents.
The sexy watchguard lady.
That the 12-year-old is interested in?
The
12-year-old wrote this much older fabulous woman.
Yeah.
But like, that's the woman that he wants him to be with. She's always around. They're always playing the game of Find My Cat.
And by the way, have you seen my damn cat?
We were like, oh, is it Find My Pussy?
Oh, they didn't say that? They
No,
said
they
Find
find
the
the
cat.
cat all the time.
Oh.
That couldn't be like Find My Pussy.
I
mean, they should have. Or something. I don't know. Because then it's funny if like, okay, is the 12-year-old boy like a gross 12-year-old boy who's going through puberty and he's like, yeah, find the pussy, but then that's also a bad movie. But like,
but also then that's really creepy and weird that he's
it's
like,
your dad.
I'm gonna jerk off playing this game of like find my dad fucking the
prostituting himself to pay off his extensive debts.
I think it has to be that it's like this game that he found. That like he co-opted and was like
he was coding it.
But he could break into the code of this game.
I don't know, but that doesn't really solve my problem.
No, like why would you pick that one?
What is this then? It's like Grand Theft Auto, Key West edition.
Basically,
it's like you gotta fish, fuck those whores, and count the ones and zeros at the lighthouse. Oh my god, it's just ones and zeros, Andrew. Ones and zeros. That's all it is.
The lighthouse, light, dark. 1, 0. The fundamental process.
Just break it down, the pattern, the ones, the zeros, the lighthouse. The lights on, the lights off.
Oh, you know what I would
Ones and zeros.
You know what I would have really loved?
What?
If it like had a real interstellar moment.
Oh, like he's trying to Morse code him?
That's how like he like put his dad's essence into the video game
Yeah.
was like Morse
It
coding him
is
through
very interstellar.
a real lighthouse into like
Yeah.
the fake lighthouse of the
Uh-huh.
game through ones and zeros.
I mean, it would make more sense. Okay, I'm just going to spoil source code for everyone. So at the end of you've gone through it. He keeps looping and trying to fix the same problem and trying to stop this bomb on this train. And then at the end, you realize he's like half a body torso with like a brain, and they're keeping him alive.
Right.
Because he has the key of the information, but it's lost in his
Yes,
brain. And
yes.
so they're like, he's technically still alive, but he's not. And so that at least you're like, oh, the dad's been in a coma since the war. And so it's like kind of like, okay, I can kind of get around this.
Yeah.
And you know, he created this game to kind of
They're like, oh,
And
we
he
have
sits
this
at the
helmet that
hospital
sends him
and-
brainwaves or whatever.
something. That's at least the sliver of I could get behind this.
Yeah, I like that.
Right?
The kid plays this game while he hangs out with his dad
At the
because he
hospital.
doesn't like to be with his abusive mom
Yeah.
and husband, or his abusive stepfather.
Yeah.
And he plugs into the same outlet as or whatever it is. And
Make
so,
it fun, and you know, it could be like a Last Starfighter-y. It could be real fun, silly sci-fi.
yeah, like the frequencies.
her
and
brain waves. And
yeah.
mind melding. The man with
Yeah.
two brains. You
Yeah.
know. So
I like that. That's at least more plausible.
There's like 4 different movies I would prefer to this.
I just don't understand how the dead father got into the video game.
I mean, nobody knows. Through the power of love of the sun.
There's somewhere where the two of us can be together.
I mean, we're being sort of
Cavalier and rude.
cynical
but-
about that, but I just really needed more of a thread to
Yes,
follow.
exactly. Lead me there. It
Yeah.
didn't lead me there, and so I was cynical and was like, "This is stupid."
Oh my gosh. So then he gets back to his shipping container house. Diane Lane is there and she's like, hey, sexy. And he's stripping.
Oh my
There's
God.
his ass just
Yep.
out. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, where are you going? I'm going to take a shower.
And then he just walks to the edge of this cliff.
And we got
Yep.
camera angle switch for this hero shot. And then he jumps off a cliff into the ocean to take a shower. Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God! It was a bad dive though. It was like a really poor
looked-
form cliff shot.
It looked really
Squatted.
Squat.
You don't want to do that.
No.
That's how you
give
break
yourself
your
an
back.
enema.
Well, and
Then he jumps in,
yeah.
and then he's swimming along. It's like that Nirvana album cover with the baby, like, my
Yeah.
butt's up in the air, but I'm swimming. And like,
I love this where it was just
The
like, we can't show his dick in the water.
We can't.
But we can show his ass.
The
So just
level
really
of-
like tilt your chest down and lift your butt up.
but then there's a lot of shots where his dick should be present, and it's
Not.
I mean, at a certain point, we had a theory going that he just didn't
It's
have a dick
dickless.
because.
Then how does he make
the video game?
It's a video game. But then how does he make the sweet, sweet love to Diane Lane?
Because it's a video game. I mean, it's like, oh, it makes me laugh.
I mean, but they really show him thrusting into. But
he-
then he like pulls
fully-
out of Anne
And
Hathaway.
and it's like, where's the stick?
There's nothing there.
It's just his pants. Like, it's just like, oh, we didn't. It was weird. It was really weird to have a scene back to back where he's like, I'm going to take you aggressively from behind, mother of my son who is telekinetically talking to me,
Yep.
and programmed this.
Yep. And then I'm gonna like.
And then I'm going to pull out, get mad, yell at you. You're going to leave, and then I'm going to go, okay, son, I'm listening. You clearly were just watching me fuck your mom.
And you clearly want me to kill your stepfather.
Your mother says she can hear me when I talk to you. How can that be, huh? That makes no sense.
If it's the mom that created the video game,
Oh.
I mean, the prostituting himself still really doesn't make
Still
sense.
weird.
really-
Why are you wishing this on this poor Purple Heart dead guy?
Right? There should have been, the rules guy should have been like, this used to be a utopia where everything was great, but then the mom
Stepfather
got
thing,
married.
yep.
He built the game before the stepdad even showed up.
Love
It was perfect, and it was a way to connect with my dad because we were alone, and it was like, oh, it's lovely. And then the stepdad comes, and things got dark, and then the world started to fall apart, and then you had to start prostituting yourself for your debts. I mean, that's a good story.
It's at least more interesting.
Makes more
More sense. Oh, right, but so Anne Hathaway is like, hey, look, my abusive husband, I want you to kill him, take him out fishing, and instead you'll just kick him into the ocean and he'll get eaten by sharks. Great, thanks, bye.
Great.
I'll give you $10 million.
I'm going to give you $10 million in cash.
I was
Dirty
like,
money cash.
That seems like a pretty
She was really,
obvious,
there was-
traceable.
It was really, I mean, it was like a 12-year-old wrote it.
Well,
like
sure.
for everything that we're like, that didn't make sense. It's because a 12-year-old wrote it. But that's not really an excuse.
No, that doesn't make a good movie.
That shouldn't be your excuse.
No. So, quick commercial break, and we'll be back with sharks.
No, there's no more sharks. There's a severe lack of sharks in this film. Jason Clarke shows up as her abusive husband, dressed like Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh my god.
Just a real smarmy.
Yep.
His accent changes
Yep,
frequently.
a lot.
He's just like a full asshole. Again, which makes sense.
Because it's 12.
By a 12-year-old. This whole thing about inspecting the mom's body. There was just so many like really, really personal things that I was like, is the son witnessing this?
Right?
If so,
Why?
upset.
Yeah.
And then why did you code this cutscene where your stepdad inspects your mom's body before fucking her?
And then finds a scratch, whips her with his belt, and then fucks her while fucking her? We're not sure.
We're not
but
sure.
Yikes.
But like, that's why it doesn't make sense that the video game, like if it goes in and out of the game, then there's an idealized version of what's going on in the video game because I'm escaping to this.
Sure.
But there's literally no reason for him to code in these horribly upsetting scenes where Anne Hathaway gets abused.
No.
The lines of dialogue really got me. I mean, when she said, our son can talk to you through his computer, I was just like, oh, well, they're not even trying now. What? I was just like, here's the twist. I mean, it did feel like a really, truly, tonally wrong M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Sure.
It felt like an M. Night Shyamalan movie where he was like, the twist is, I'm gonna tell you what the twist is before the twist happens. Like, that was the new twist. I'm just gonna tell you, he can talk to you through his computer. What?
And because in 45 minutes later, it's like,
It's a video game! It really made me laugh that she said that with a straight face.
Yeah.
And then when she goes to try and convince him again to kill her husband, she's like, well, we're both destroyed, right?
We're both destroyed, right?
We're
both destroyed, right?
Let's fuck.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Here's what could have been really helpful.
Yeah.
I figured it out, right?
I'm excited.
Okay, this kid, I don't know why, but so like the kids built this video game, right? His dad's a fisherman, he's trying to catch this big tuna, blah, blah, blah. His escapism, he's like, I wish my dad were still alive, I'm gonna put him into this video game.
Yep.
And he's a fisherman, like he always wanted to be, he's
Yep.
fishing for this tuna. We gotta catch, the game is I gotta catch the fish.
We gotta catch that we gotta get that $6 million tuna.
Exactly! Oh my god, record-breaking sushi! But yes, so that's
Just playing that shitty
metal. Oh my god, remember?
magnet go fish game.
Yep.
If it panned out and he was just playing that and the kid was in like some sort of mental institution.
No, but what if...
No, if it pans out and Matthew McConaughey is just like playing go fish in a veterans hospital, just like, now that would have been something. And then Anne Hathaway's just like mournfully looking on.
Oh
and the son
god,
is like,
oh my god.
We're both destroyed, right?
But but what if the kids built this game, right?
Yeah.
But then somehow like the mom creates her own
'Cause it's
character
Sims.
in the game.
well, what's this? Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, like, oh, why don't I play the game with you? And like, we'll close the door and lock it away from your stepfather or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Once she creates her avatar, then it like throws off the
Breaks-
balance of the game.
breaks the algorithm.
game.
Yeah.
And so then that's when things start going awry and like her mental issues of like
Right.
her psyche and the abuse from the stepfather
Yeah.
then comes into the game and it
Uh-huh.
starts to get dark and pervasive and
Yeah.
it's like, oh
And then
god,
the
things
father
are going
has
wrong
to
and now he's in debt and he has to prostitute himself
for-
but then I don't know, it's all just so weird.
It was really giving me like Wild Things vibes, where it was like, you haven't seen Wild Things? But it didn't have any of the campiness or self-awareness of Wild Things. And Wild Things isn't perfect, but it had that kind of gritty Florida, let's all fuck, kind of swampy
I mean, it was
mystery.
it gave
over
me
the
a
top.
little bit of Hotel Dante's Cove vibes, I'm not gonna lie. If there was just more gay sex.
Oh my god, no, okay, I'm really liking this. Welcome to the Hotel Dante. Now I want to cut in, welcome to the Hotel Dante, into this trailer.
I mean, it feels like
Matthew McConaughey mumbling through some monologue.
I mean-
about, and they give me another bourbon. Welcome to the Hotel Dante.
You know how in Plymouth, I like to say, everybody knows everything.
Welcome to the Hotel Dante.
I mean, the acting was terrible.
Well, it was
The only good person was Diane Lane.
weird because they're trying
Sure.
to be archetypes or video game characters or whatever, but that's a bad movie.
Well,
like everything that I'm like, well, you tried it, you thought about it, it's bad.
It's a bad movie unless it's a joke.
Or if it's like, oh, they started as really one-dimensional Sims characters, but then it's like Pleasantville, whatever event that triggers reality to come into the video game, they start to be like, oh, wait, I can be human. Oh, wait, I can do this. Oh, wait.
Sure.
That's an idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they grow emotions and they become more human.
Yes, I think that would be very
helpful. Over the course of the movie. Then it's like, oh, there's an arc.
Yeah, if he was just kind of on this autopilot, like he's not really a character, and then he starts to kind of regain who he was.
Yeah.
And realizes the connection with the sun and whatever, like that would be better.
They find his body because it turns out he was a POW or something, and they bring him back. I just really couldn't get behind the fact that he had fully died. And the sun, through his, I don't know, magical essence.
Put him into a video game? I don't know, it's weird.
That's what I couldn't get behind.
Maybe Johnny Depp helped upload him into the singularity.
Transcendence?
Transcendence.
Is that what that movie is called?
Transcendence.
That was another case of, oh, this person's been working as something else in the industry for a while. Let's give him a movie. That was the DP. He's like, is it Christopher Nolan's DP?
Oh, right. Something like that.
Or Coenberg. He's somebody's forever DP. And then they're like, give him a movie. I think it's Christopher Nolan.
We haven't...
Oh my god, we haven't even talked. This is weird. They keep going fishing for tuna.
Yeah.
But they keep chumming the water.
Well, they only chummed the water for him.
Jason Clarke is like, chum that water. I want to catch tuna. Because he's just an idiot?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
There's a lot of so you're obviously trying to catch a shark at this moment, right?
Yeah. Or I thought I was trying to, because he was going to try and kill him.
Yeah, throw him over.
Throw him to the shark.
Yeah.
We chummed the water, and now he put him in, here's the great white.
It was so black and white of like, he's so awful, and Matthew McConaughey isn't like a moral, pious person. So the fact that there was this moral conflict of like, I can't kill him, that would be wrong. It's like, why? Yeah, kill him, who cares?
Yeah.
There was no, so like Jaimin Hunsu being the sort of moral, like, pillar.
Deliver me from evil.
Or whatever, it was like, who cares?
Yeah.
Why do we care about this?
No.
What's going on?
Kill him. Great.
Fucking throw him to the sharks.
I mean, I was literally waiting for something. I was just like, fucking kill him. What do we do?
The game wouldn't let him. This is what the game is for.
Right. Oh my god.
That's where I got the only hint that it was like, oh, the game used to be not as dark.
Right.
He didn't used to prostitute himself. Was that just so Matthew McConaughey could show off his ass?
Yeah.
It was just so R. It was so R-rated and bleak and dark. Even if you're in a horribly abusive household, like I get it, you have dark thoughts, but why were you putting that onto your idealized father? Like that's what doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Jason Clarke is talking about like fucking little girls for $10.
Yeah.
Like the darkness.
Yeah, I gotta get me some of that $10 ass. And
of
you're
this
like,
island is just like, oh no. That's why it really needed to be like, oh, the stepfather's seeping into his world.
Yes, exactly. Yes, somehow
he
using the same computer or whatever.
He networked it or something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, oops, you plugged into the same network as your dad's Pornhub. I don't know.
Maybe that was it. It was like right.
They were merging together. I don't know. So they take him out fishing and they chum the waters and then they end up catching a shark.
Yeah,
and he was like, I'm just gonna cut the shark loose. And
Jason Clarke is just awful.
He's like, nah, we're gonna fucking, I paid you to fish, we're gonna fish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that's shark, that's illegal. Like, no. So just be like, oops, sorry, the line broke.
That too.
We'll catch another one.
Oh no, and then throw him overboard and have him get eaten by the sharks and then the movie's over.
Yay!
There was just a lot there that wasn't ever really flushed out. Like, so there's this like radio disc jockey DJ always talking over this. It was very like Adrienne Barbeau in The Fog. Like, oh, she's sort of narrating the town and like, oh, what's happening? But it never comes to anything. That should have been the sun or the...
Sure.
Like nothing came together.
That was the problem, was that the tone all about video games and, oh, they're in a video game, was kind of lighthearted and jokey. But then the plot and subject matter was all very serious and the tones did not go well together.
No, not at all. So, am I going to kill him? Aren't I going to kill him? Oh, I can't. Oh, the fates are kind of leading him away from killing him. You know, like the game's working against him to kill the stepdad. And you're like, why?
I guess because the little kid was hesitant of killing him.
Oh, what should I do?
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's him!
What do you mean it's him?
It's justice. Shut the fuck up, one more!
You think, oh, if it's a tuna named Justice, then if they let the tuna kill him, somehow, like I was like, oh, does the tuna represent child services? And like justice will prevail. And it's going to be like, either you had the choice to murder him or let the tuna take him away and let nature take its course. And if you had chosen to murder him, you go to jail. But if you'd chosen that justice took him, there's a knock on the door, child services, hello, we have to take him away, whatever, blah, blah. And that's like, it all worked out and you chose the moral good.
Yes.
But that's not what happened.
No.
The little boy just stabs the stepdad.
In real life.
In real life. And so you're like, well, what did that do with justice?
What did that have to do with anything, bitch? Because what did it have to do with the game? Why was there all of this whole allegory and metaphor of him and the game and the this and the that and you have to kill him and whatever? And then in real life, he's just like, oh, I'm just going to go stab you now and leave the game and not have nothing to do with the game. What?
Yeah. Like also, the game didn't help him decide.
No, the game, it should have been like, oh, we have to frame him so that his own hubris, he takes the line and the 500-pound tuna, he thinks he can handle it.
Takes him away.
And instead, he just gets thrown off the fucking boat.
And child services then shows up and justice is served.
Or he figures out some way.
Or the dad has a heart attack or something.
He literally figures out a way to trick the stepdad into, like, killing himself, essentially.
Yes.
It's your own fucking fault because you're a douchebag asshole and now you're dead. So haha, justice, fuck you.
Well, they also want us to believe that Anne Hathaway and Matthew McConaughey went to high school together?
Oh, right.
Well, she put together a class reunion a couple years ago. Only two who didn't show were you and me.
Like, oh, back in high school.
13 years apart.
He's talking to the guy and he's finally trying to get, or like, figure out, wait, I'm in a video game? Yeah, she told you that 45 minutes ago. She said it.
He hears you through his computer screen.
Our son is talking to you through his computer. Plain as day. And the guy, he keeps cutting in and out of the rules guy, being there and not being there. And being there and not being there. And then it's just a shoe. And Matthew McConaughey's just talking to his shoe. I guess I do have to go kill him, okay?
Bring his dad back so he could kill his son of a bitch. There it is.
So that's the new game. Your new compulsion.
But Diane Lane in this off-the-shoulder fantasy with these green shutters behind her, just like, yes, under the Tuscan sun. And I was like, yeah. Wait, what's going on with you? Let's get into this more. What's happening with you, Diane Lane? You're too fabulous to be paying Matthew McConaughey to fuck you.
Absolutely.
I don't know how everyone signed on to this.
I really don't know.
They must have read better on paper somehow and been like blown, like they thought this was the Matrix, right? Just
right.
Like, blow in your mind, and it was a video game the whole time. What? So the son has killed the stepdad, and he's like, I'm gonna build a new game, Dad. And it's all fluttering around him, and we don't really see what the new game is because then when he calls him on the phone, it's just the same game.
Basically.
He's just at the payphone by like the mercantile lady's shop.
Hello.
So the son has stabbed the stepdad, and I'm gonna make a new game, Dad, where we can be together. And you were like, so does that mean he's gonna kill himself? Because then he's on the dock, and the son's running towards him like, yeah, Dad, we're here together. And I was like, so did he kill himself in prison so he could be with the dad? Did he commit suicide in prison?
Unclear.
To get out of his life sentence for stabbing his stepfather?
Did he get into did he transcend himself?
I think he might have transcended himself. Get that mom in there too, poor her.
Yeah.
God damn.
But then it's like a weird murder-suicide.
Yeah, but I mean, it was weird anyway.
Yes, it was.
This movie was very rude to women.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, I found it like a fascinatingly disastrous big swing.
Yeah, a big swing, a big miss, but they tried.
They tried. It was weird. It was different. I mean, I love when like a bunch of stars sign on to something wacky and then it's real bad.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So, I mean, I didn't hate it. Certainly wasn't like, yes, you have to see it, but you could, and it's weird. I liked it.
Don't pay money for it, though.
No.
I didn't care for it.
It's not for me.
No.
Gonna catch that pussy.
I mean, there were parts of it I was like, okay, this is weird. Whatever, like, yes, but overall, I'm like, no.
Gonna catch that pussy and find his penis.
I
don't know where it went. You can't find it.
He hears you through his computer screen.